and beyond, beyond,
beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond, beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond, beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond, beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond, beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
Radio and beyond, beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
say Beltway Radio and beyond,
Beyond, beyond.
What? Beltway Radio
And beyond, beyond.
Radio.
Casey funny, yeah, yeah.
It's coming.
I
appreciate it. That means a lot coming from you.
Listen,
I appreciate it.
it's been a minute since I got a DM from you with a skit. I'm like, damn, now that I realize it, I haven't gotten a DM from you in a minute about a skit.
Yeah, a lot of people been getting on me about that, man. I'm trying. I'm gonna get it back. I promise I'm gonna get it back.
But what's good, y'all? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Saturday, April 8th, 2023. This is Spade of Spades podcast. We are back with another edition of the program.
Yeah.
Scoop, I'm gonna let you do the honors, bro.
You let me do the honors?
Do the honors, bro.
Oh,
we got some special guests in the building.
Man, we got some special guests today. As y'all know, we played football for Duval back in the day, and all our coaches was good, man. But these three was the ones that stand out to me. If they know it or not, they saved a lot of lives, including myself. Around that time, my freshman year, I lost my dad, so I was going through a lot of turmoil, and I needed football, but it was a lot of times I wanted to quit. A lot of times I wanted to quit, but there was like stained in my head from not wanting to quit, not letting me quit, and they are characters as well, but characters as well. But they taught us a lot. They truly molded us to be the men that we are now. They was a big part of it. So today we have Damian Powell, Frederick, and Daryl Groves on the show today.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have each of you introduce yourself. We're gonna go around the table for those who don't know who they are, and yeah, we're gonna get right into it.
I'm Daryl Grove. I coached at Duval. I started my coaching career at Duval. Spent 10 years there. It was a great 10 years. You know, that is my alma mater. So I'm thankful for having that opportunity to even be able to come back and coach where I graduated high school from and give back to those kids who were looking for the same thing that I was looking for coming out of high school. From Duval, I moved on to Flowers with these two gentlemen here. And the rest is history. We just try to, groom young men into men, let them know the trials and tribulations of not only playing football, but just being a productive citizen of society. It's not easy. I know it looks easy. It sounds easy from the outside looking in, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into playing football. There's a lot of hard work that goes into grooming young, lost men into being, just those productive citizens of society, which we enjoy doing and continue to enjoy for a very long time.
I'm Frederick Groves. 10 years at Duval as well. 97 alumni from Duval. So I always had a special heart with Duval. We couldn't win one as a player, so we were definitely trying to pull all our passion to winning one as coaches and in our young coaching career. Again, I started with Coach Powell, just working at Duval. I started at Duval, working the student athletes out. He left for a little stint, went to Reservoir High School, went there with him, working them out. Then when he came back home and got the head job, I said, "Hey, I'm all in." And from there, man, we haven't been separated. I took a couple years off, but when I took off, I came right back to Coach Powell, man. Coach Powell's a great coach. He helped build the community. He helped build the young student athletes that work for him. And even within the coaching staff, he helped build the capacity of the his coaches, personal life and professional life. So, it's good to be around a man like that. Family too. So we get unfiltered stuff with each other. I love it. Yeah,
All the time.
unfiltered all the time.
Fired me 3 times.
So, without any further ado, man to the right of me, I want to introduce myself.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Of course, my name is Damian Powell. I'm the head football coach now at CH Flowers, but I was also the head coach at Duval High School. Born and raised county, PG County, man.
It's in the water.
It's in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this for years. The only thing, growing up, just being in the field on the courts all day, all night, not coming home to the lights go off, man, and mama spank me, and and so this is something a lot of us kind of have had the same goal, aspirations growing up, being playing football, being in the league, and all that good stuff. But coming out of high school, I went to high school at Sherwood High School in Montgomery County. I did 2 years. Got in some trouble, went down to Montgomery County, won 2 state championships. First girlfriend was at Duval. That's where these knuckleheads were. So I spent a lot of time at Duval. So, Duval was definitely close to my heart.
And he trained at Duval.
Yeah, and I trained with one of the best trainers anywhere. That's Coach Brady. Henry Brady. So shout out to Henry Brady and these guys, man. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am today. But I went on to Virginia State after that. Played 4 years at Virginia State. Went in as a $160 as a linebacker. Came out as a free safety and started all 4 years and did my thing. Then, from there, it's like, all right, where we go? Definitely had aspirations of playing in the league, but at the end of the day, I wanted to be around the game. I love the game. I wanted to give back to the community. I wanted to do what the Henry Bradys and the Bob Malloys and all these special folks that got me where I was. I wanted to get back to and do the same and get back to the community. I have my parents are educators, so they was teachers to counselors to principals to assistant superintendents. So they did really, they instilled these values in us, and so we had to give back. So I just went in coaching. I haven't turned back since. So these guys said it well. We're here to build men. That's just the one thing that we do. We're very good at. We bring camaraderie. We bring love. We bring a family atmosphere to everything we do, and on top of it, lift people as we climb. And so that's the biggest thing. Is we're not in here for selfish reasons. We're actually in here to love and to build our young men and see them, grow, successful in life. So that's the big.
Man, I'm still crazy that y'all in here. Before we go into the first topic, it hurt my heart when y'all went to Flowers. It hurt a lot of our hearts y'all went to Flowers. I'm glad y'all doing y'all thing, but it hurt hard when y'all went to Flowers.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was away when I heard about it. I wasn't even back home yet.
Oh,
I think I was in Cali still.
Because I still think about that Flowers game senior year when we lost that 30 seconds. I still think about that every once in a while. I still really ain't forgave you, pal, either. I'm not even going to lie to you. And I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain why. It was 3 things that you did in the end of that game that really pissed me off. I'm not even going to lie to you. So the first one, you remember Hillman. Hillman can kick 200 yards. You squib kick the ball. I understand that we had one run back, but let them go the length of the field. Don't square kick the ball. Let them go the length of the field. I know they ran one back, but goddamn. Then another thing, Paris got a little Steger, and you took him out and put Westlake in. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I don't know why.
Right now.
Oh my goodness. Hot. I was hot when he came in. I said, man, let him be on the Paris. Did that man? Hey, Tay, I love you, but let's keep it honest. You was a terrible linebacker. Terrible. I'm sorry. Then the last play when they scored on, it's the 2 middle linebackers and win the orange coverage. What's gonna be him open, pal? Oh, slant touchdown. Oh. Oh man, it still hurts to this day. Still hurts to this day because we win that game, we in the playoffs. We in there. Oh man,
I remember that game like it was yesterday.
I played my ass off too, man.
Scoop. I mean, you talking about grass on the side of his helmet and stuff like that, man. That boy played his butt off. And that was the game that was going to set that program at that time to a whole.
I was going to get into that.
To a whole different level.
You was there at that game too.
I was there.
Oh,
if you
I
was and you in your mind, a team come back under 20 seconds. Man, how many times what's the percentages of that? Right?
It hasn't happened since.
It hasn't happened since. And those are lessons that you will never forget. And until this day, you're not going to never, ever make the same mistake that we made in that game. But
it was.
And they had some massive players.
Oh my God, that O-line, it was a struggle to get a tackle. I'm telling you, I'm struggling because the center, he wrestled. So that was a strong Bama. He strong Bama. But I remember when that happened to us, that was the message that Coach G was trying to get to us for the Roosevelt game, and that allowed us. That was one of the main points that had us come back and we almost won that game. He was like, "Look, that happened to us last week." He said, "Why we can't do it? Why we can't do it? Shit, you know what I'm saying? We almost didn't mess around and won that game, and I really wanted to win that game. Weaver asses on that sideline, smiling ear to ear. I wanted to wipe that damn smile on his damn face. I was pissed off. I was pissed off that we lost that game. You know what I'm saying? But to go into our first topic, just real briefly, I don't want to get too much on the topic. We had the women's national championship that happened in Iowa versus LSU. Focus should be on. It's a great game. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a great game. Trash talk, all that. You know what I'm saying? We love, that's the shit that we come from. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But the narrative is, you know what I'm saying? Women ain't not supposed to act like that and all that. Then the white woman do a gesture, but then when the black woman does it, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not understanding why is that? Why we always got to put race and gender into stuff? You know what I'm saying? In sports. You know what I'm saying? We come from that. It's going to be a little trash talk. We're going to get a little greasy. That's what happened in competitive. We're competitive. We're trying to win chips. We're trying to get the ring. Why is that an issue? I don't understand. And why is it an issue? So I wanted to ask y'all what y'all think about that.
You said it. You said it best, Scoop. We're all competitors, right? And then when we get into a game like that, there's emotions are high. The competitive level steps up, tenfold. So at the end of the day, when you have a team, two teams who the ultimate pinnacle of success, the emotions flare a little bit high. Now, granted, unfortunately, in this world today, race has a lot to play, or racism has a lot to play, and a lot of things that go on. And not to get too political into things, just knowing that the young lady, the Caucasian young lady, done the same thing previous weeks ago, and she was labeled as a competitor. And then when the African American young lady does it, is showing off or gloating. That's something that we've just become accustomed to. And I think that's one of the reasons. Well, I can't speak for everyone else, but that's one of the reasons that I got into coaching. That we're already the underdogs, so everything we do, we got to move accordingly. Society's not going to see the same things that we do as being competitive. And I was one of those kids. I wore my heart on my sleeve, even as an adult. I'm 44 years old now. Sometimes I still wear my heart on my sleeve, but we got to try to instill in the young men that we coach to act accordingly, act like you've been there before. I'm not saying that the young lady from LSU did anything wrong, because she didn't. She's a competitor, just like everyone on that Iowa team was a competitor, but we're looked at differently. Tom Brady, he throws clipboards and yells at his coaches. He's just competitive.
It's passion.
You know, but then if
when T.O. do
if
it,
Vince Young or
T.O.
T.O.
do
does
it.
something like that, they're disrespectful and ignorant. That's just how we're looked at. Unfortunately, because of the hue of our skin, but we don't want to use that as a crutch. We want to instill to these young men that no matter who you are, be respectful, understand that this is something that we've been practicing for, working hard for, and when we get there, let's just act like we've been there before.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Just to tie it back to football, man. I remember we took a group of kids out to camp, all bright. They had a little downtime, and and there were some PG County boys. Like, if you're from PG County, ain't never been out the county, man, you think everywhere is black, and it's unfortunate. When you get out the county, you gotta feel comfortable and understand how to operate around our white counterpart. So our team, we gave them a little downtime. Why did we do that? We give our kids downtime now, moving forward, but it's organized downtime. We know where you at, right?
Yeah.
So these kids went to the pool, and then after the pool translated, they started chasing some girls around the campus with their shirts off.
Oh, you talking about that,
right? They started chasing Albright campus, college campus with their shirts off. They were all having fun. Like, even the white girls, had no problems with it. The Caucasian girls had no problem with it. But they were screaming and yelling, and the message and the perception that it brought on our team, like discipline. But if they were all white or all black, it would have been an issue. I just think that words were powerful. There were some things that were said in the media with high officials within the LSU situation, the Iowa situation, that may have been taken out of content. But it is a little bit different. Like my brother said, when we do it, we're tagged and labeled a different passion. Our passion is just being an angry black man or an angry black woman. I think both of them are competitors. I think it's good for the sport. I just think that let sports be sports. Let's take color and race out of it. And as you can see, that both women is major for the sports that it did happen. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of trash talking, healthy trash talking.
Yeah.
If you don't cross those lines. So, we just gotta be careful what we say. I support the young lady at LSU and at Iowa, and I do want to take race out of sports, but it's going to be, you can't do it. You like, you got all different walks of life. You coming from urban neighborhood, and you representing that population. You know what I'm saying? So best of luck to them moving forward, and I'm pretty sure they're going to see each other again. There's going to be a lot more smack talk. Good for TV.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep it quick, but hey, I love what they did. I love every minute, every second of it. You know why? Because that's who they are. That's who they are. They've been doing that every game. They've been on the courts. That's what they do. That's what their game is. That's what they're about. And on top of that, man, they making money.
Mm-hmm.
They making money. You're talking about they two young. First of all, they beautiful young ladies, but they doing it. They're not letting anybody dictate how they do it, and they're making money while they doing it. Good God Almighty. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with it. But if I, as a coach, I would like to see just a little bit of growth. So when you do things like that, sometimes you just gotta let them know, hey, hey, they're done that. That's great. Keep being you. Let's try to grow next time. Let's not try to, what I'm saying? And you try to push it in that way. So then what the media and everybody else try to portray as they idiots, whatever else I heard that was going on. So these lovely young ladies, man, they doing some great things. They making money. They changing the game. I mean, they had a young lady as play basketball and she a rapper.
Mm-hmm. What's her name?
Freshman.
Flo J.
Flo J.
Man, and
she can spit too. Woo, and they was playing her song "Why They Won the Chip." Oh man, I know she was on cloud nine.
Man, that's love. Right there. That's love right there.
You with the Chip Angle song playing?
So
I'm glad they did that.
much
I'm
love
glad.
for them,
I'm
young
glad they did that. Just the narrative that they painted on them all year. I just wanted them to win it. You know what I'm saying? Even them on South Carolina because I love Don Staley and all what they doing. But I wanted them to really win it, and I'm glad they did. You know, they did. They put on for the culture for real, and they was unapologetic themselves. You know what I'm saying? I just wish that everybody else can just focus on the main thing that happens on the field instead of, you know, instead of what happened, you know, who we are and how we do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to figure out, it go deeper. Like, I'm trying to figure out how Daniel Jones getting $40 million and Lamar can't get a contract. How is that happening? How is that happening? How we in the world that that's happening? How? How, Vic? How, Vic?
I don't know, bro. Well, I mean, we know how.
Yeah.
I mean, but believe it or not, you know, the women's the Final Four and the championship was more exciting than the men's.
Mm-hmm.
And
it sure was.
And if you
the whole tournament was.
And if you look at how they play, they actually run set plays compared to the men, just a whole bunch of ISO ball, which is cool. But you can see the high level of execution it takes to execute them plays and the efficiency at that. It's crazy.
That game was 9.9 million.
Most watched.
Most watched game more than some of the NBA games and NFL games that's been out there. 9.9. That's a lot of people watching that game.
It was college women's basketball was lit this year.
Yeah,
it was real lit this year. It was real lit, and they was competing hard, talking Trey. I'm like, yeah. This is where we came from. Yeah, I'm like,
hey,
white women, black women, Spanish women, they doing their thing. I'm like, yeah. I was mad that Angel Reese started at Maryland.
Yeah. Yeah, she was at Maryland. You didn't know? She was at Maryland.
I didn't know that.
She's from Baltimore.
I knew she was from Baltimore, but I didn't know she was in Maryland. We had her, man. Damn. Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't know how they let her get away.
I don't know. I got to look into that. I don't know. But
can't say she ain't make the right
decision. Yeah, she made it.
Yeah, she definitely did.
She definitely did.
She seen that money. She's like, yeah, I'm going down Louisiana.
Yeah, she definitely did. Then Kim Mulkey came over. Then second year, turned it around. Just
like that.
Hey, good job, LSU. Yeah, congratulations. Hey, Coach, when you brought up Albright, I thought you was gonna bring up that pillow fight. I thought you was gonna bring up that pillow fight because we talked about it. We talked about it with PJ and Mike Smith, man. We had so much fun that day. First of all,
did somebody get hurt that night?
No, nobody got. I mean, nobody got hurt, but I did smack the shit out of their coach with a pillow.
Oh yeah! So that white man, excuse me, that coach came in all red. One of your players and hit me. He tried to break up the pillow fight. He got hit.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna explain. Let me explain this.
I would like to hear this.
First of all, this was kind of y'all fault because when we was on the way to camp. Y'all played 300. That was the wrong thing y'all could ever do. Because that hyped us up to no end. Like, that's how we got our Tigers. All from 300. Like, it started all that camp it started. We was hyped. So, after the joint was over, we was like, man, we about to have our own Spartan 300 war. And you know what I'm saying? But it was supposed to be between us. It was supposed to be between us. We was saying we was gonna be the first floor and the second floor. So I never forget we all got our pillows and we started. So we started with just us, but we was on the level of the same team as another team. They were all white. And they was with the shits. They was with the shit. So we was like, oh, all right, us versus y'all. What you talking about? Boy, we went in. I wish I'd have seen that, but I wish I'd have seen it because the hallway ain't nothing but this wide.
I know.
Right. And at that time, we had one of the biggest O-line in PG, okay? You know, from Darren to Julian to Randall, from Pike.
Yes.
We had big, and they had some big motherfuckers too. I mean, we swinging from the ear. Huss, like we going crazy. So Darren happened to fall on me. I fall into the one of their rooms, one of the white people rooms. They fucking me up. They fucking me up in the room. And all I see is people running. I don't know they breaking it up. I don't know it's getting broken up. I think it's still happening. It wasn't even my pillow at this point. I lost my pillow. I took a random pillow. I hit every white dude I saw. Dude, I saw got it. And the coach got the worst of it because he was the last one out. Dropped his clipboard, head off the ground, all that. I'm running down The whole hallway clear. Whole hallway clear. They sticking out like, Scoop, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I turn around and he said, man, I'm the head coach of such and such football team. And I don't like getting my head hit with a pillow. I was like, we running again at 4:00.
There you go.
Oh, we running again. Oh, we doing that? Because we had just run again at 4:00 the last night because of the girls. And then Trevor and them want to make animal noises and shit at a late night. We supposed to be fucking sleep. So they was like, oh, you want to be up? Oh, yeah. Let's get up. It's time. It's time. It's, oh, my God, bro.
Let's go.
It was so much fun. But, man, we ran our ass off that, man. Ooh, but it was some good times, boy. I'm telling you. Yeah, man. But that motors, them camps, because that was like some heavy conditioning for your ass. And you was in the Virginia, and that was different heat. You know what I'm saying? Like, going to different heat. Like, when I ended up going to Tuskegee, Alabama, I thought this heat was bad. The heat in Alabama was totally different. It's like you could taste the heat. Like, I was like, damn, like I could take a bite. Man, that first practice, I was no good. I couldn't even eat. Like I was so exhausted. I had to pick. I couldn't even use a fork. That's how exhausted I was. I thought I was prepared here because all the running we did. Because we ran, and then we ran some more, especially with Sarge. Especially Sarge. I'm like,
shout out to Coach Hayes.
Shout out Coach Hayes. No, real talk. Because you had me do some stuff that I didn't think I could have done ever in life. Like, I didn't think I could run that long. Like, it's after practice. We still running laps. Coach, I got to do homework. Like, when are we about to stop this? Like, because I got to do homework, man. I got to do homework, man.
The student part.
Yeah, oh, man.
Now you're the athlete. I just want to be the student
bullshit
right now.
in the study hall. I got to do this.
Right.
Yeah, man. Like,
Definitely shout out to Coach Hayes.
No, shout out to Coach Hayes. He did for real. He really did. But going into y'all coaches and y'all also educators. What is the key? I'm gonna ask you two things. What is the key difference between being a coach and an educator? And when did y'all have to blur the lines? We have to take a little bit from the coach perspective and put in the education, and then the mindset of an educator and put into when you coach it.
Yeah, it's trying to find that balance. That's where my growth as a coach come in from, because I didn't know how to separate Coach Groves, Coach G, aka Psycho, the field into the building.
Mama lover.
As an educator. So that same energy I was on the field, I was with my colleagues now, and they didn't receive that very well. So I'm all about making mistakes, but not repeating mistakes. It's called growth. So once I learned how to take the Psycho Coach G hat on and find that balance, it comes well with work, being dialed in when you got a task to do as a team, working with a team. We're able to use those coaching abilities and integrate it into as a staff and what we do. So it definitely comes in hand with that. The student athletes, I'm fortunate enough to work in the building where I coach at. So I'm with them. I'm 24/7 Coach G. I never let off. We have 8 coaches, about 7 to 8 coaches in the building to always be around the student athletes as well. But it's been beneficial, and also it's been a journey to learn how to balance the coaching life versus being an educator, because everybody's not in that athletic or that athlete arena, and you can't speak to them like they're that. So that's what I had to learn, my communication on and off the field. Once I've been able to do that, things.
So for me, being an educator and a coach, they kind of run hand in hand. It's just a thin line that you have to flirt with of understanding coach and educator. At the end of the day, when you're coaching these kids, I was a firecracker. I was passionate about what I did and everything that we wanted to accomplish on that football field. But at the same time, you weren't accomplishing everything in that classroom. is we're not going to be able to work on the football field. So we clash heads about that. It's just that thin line flirt with those kids, letting them know we care about everything you do, not just about what you do on this football field. So, they're kind of looking at you, when you're coaching your role models, your uncles, your dads, your cousins, your everything to these young men. And when you try to punish them on that football field for them not handling their business in the classroom, it hurts them. Believe it or not, it hurts us as coaches. It's like, when your mama used to whoop your ass and shit, it's gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. But in aspects, it really did hurt us sometimes more than it hurt them young men, because we want you to understand that when you mess up in life, everything else is gonna fall in the crumbles with it. And if you do successful things in life, and we try to instill the decisions in them, but just being that coach, trying to separate the two from coach to educator, was a little bit rough, especially when you had the discipline on the field and or inside of that classroom.
That's a really good question. You guys know me. I go above and beyond for any one of my guys, and so if it's on the field, if it's at home, or if it's in the school in the classroom, I do the same for anybody on my caseload. I'm a counselor in school, so I do the same for those. So I'm a coach. I'm a 24/7, and I'm going to do everything I can to help the next person. That's just what I feel like I'm here for. Um, and I think outside, even though yes, football player, yes, you're going to get a little bit more attention. Yes, you're going to, I'm going to go a little extra mile and make sure that you going to class on time and turning in your homework, and I'm going to do those things. I'm going to do those things. Yes, I'm going to embarrass you in the lunchroom if you messing up with somebody
in front of the girls,
in
and
front
all
of
that,
everybody. It's no cut card, So yeah, you're going to get that special attention. But at the end of the day, if you're around me and you're part of my caseload or what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to help anybody that needs help. That's just what it's about. It's uplifting and lifting other people as you climb. That's just the bottom line.
Mm-hmm. It's a good pivot to this. When we play, we all want to make it to the league, right?
That's a fact.
Make it to college, make it to the league. Obviously, only 1% gets that opportunity. So, how do you get the kids to see the bigger picture, right? Because yes, it's football, it's football, it's football, it's football. I gotta keep my grades up, gotta keep my grades up, gotta keep my grades up. Football, 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 football. But not everyone's going to get the opportunity to even play in college or even make it to the league. Mm-hmm. So how do you all get the kids to because it can be tough, right? Because you got kids from all different backgrounds, even when we was playing. Single parent households, no parents in the house, 2-parent households. How do you all get them to see the bigger picture that, listen, the reason why we're doing X, Y, and Z is so that way later on you see the payoff like we're seeing now in our respective lives. You may not make it to the league, but you're going to be a productive member of society. Yeah. So
they did a good job at that.
Right. So how do you get the kids to buy in and see the bigger picture, even though they may not see it right now?
I think Scoop led off with it. Football saved his life. Like even we know as coaches, football for me allowed me to travel to places, urban. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I came always in an urban environment, lived in an urban environment. Football allowed me to travel. Hell, football gave me gear. My mom went shopping for cleats. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you some shoes. You're doing right." You know what I'm saying? So football, since I've been young, been in football, it's afforded me stuff that if I wasn't in football, I wouldn't have. I played versus who we played in the Bahamas one year. Bethune-Cookman at the Bahamas, HBCU Classic. First time going to the Bahamas. Went there for a week. So it's just we use football. Football is football. We use is life we teach about. We coach life. Even on the field, we always train our kids in uncomfortable situations because life is always going to be uncomfortable. And we want them to be successful. Whether sport do you constantly day in, day out train your kids to be in uncomfortable situations, get those reps, and making sure that they're successful, regardless of what tools or what type of athlete you are. As a young man, you got to find a way to be successful, and that's the way life is. Our life always haven't been peaches and cream, but we had to figure the ish out, So it's just like taking those situations, their life situations throughout school. Again, it's good that we work in the building as well, and equate that what that looks like on a football field, what that look like in real life, and what that look like as a young man in the situation. Adversity, life is adversity. So we coach football, but we're coaching life, and we always make that connection, man. So it's easy for the kids to buy in when you utilize them and their life situation, and we tell our testimonies too. Right. A lot of people look up to us. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to give back to football. We have to give back to our community, and we utilize football as a way to making sure our kids are good in life. If you get through our program, this is how we feel. You get through our program and the adversity we put you in mentally and physically in a healthy way, you can be successful in life. You can be successful in life because you've been weighed, tried, and you overcome adversity and won on many occasions. So that's how we get those kids to buy in and continue to work for it.
That's a fact. I see a lot of people quit.
So yeah,
on the first day or 2 days, had the first practice, like, dang, you done already?
Remember we was doing hills and we was doing piggyback hills. Like, damn, what is this?
I had to carry Big Cow.
He was on the live a little while ago.
But if you can make it through our program, as hard as we coach up our guys, you'll have a true understanding if you want to be a football player or not. But if you can make it through it, whether you're playing football or not, you're gonna be successful. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be successful. You're gonna be mentally stronger. You're gonna have all the tools in place. You're gonna be knocked down. You're gonna have to pick yourself back up. You're gonna go through hard times. You're gonna know how to maneuver through those times and pick yourself back up. It's just a lot of things we go through, and when we push that, man, with our youngins, man, we push it, and they trust us. And that's the thing. We build relationships and rapport with all our guys where they trust us, and we're not going to steer them the wrong way. And that's the real biggest part about it, man. If you're cheating on football, that means football is going to cheat on you. There's a lot of people say, thanks, coach. This football thing ain't for me. And there's a lot of times when we're looking at it like, yeah, you're going to be a great high school football. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't correlate being a great college football player. Right. I can tell somebody that's going, that can, from just watching them in high school and their work ethic and everything, how if they're going to be successful on the next level. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to push. We go above and beyond, make sure these guys understand which direction they want to go in life. And so like Coach G said, man, if you can make it through our program, bruh, you can make it through a lot of things in life, and you're going to get tested early in life. Like we test you, we test how strong you are, we test your mental, if you're mentally strong or weak. You know what I'm saying? Guys from school, you said, man, guys was quitting in 2 days. Well, what you think they're going to do a little bit later in life when things get hard? All right. So, and if you do quit, we're there for you to pick you back up and bring your ass back in here and get your ass right so you can be successful in that. So, we never turn our back on guys. That's another thing. We don't turn our back. It ain't about a paycheck. I don't give a damn about no paycheck, little pennies they give us. You know what I'm saying? It's about the love, spend time with, this is my family right here, and my coaches are my family. Spend time together. Those are valuable time that you can't bring back. And that's important. And just teaching the youth, teaching them. And I just hope everybody appreciates, the time. And we don't want we're in this to get recognition, and you in this to for some type of handout. You ain't gonna last. You ain't gonna You know what I'm saying?
I think that goes to say to the point of the question is just building this relationship with these young men. We spend 8 hours at work. We go to that football program. We spend 8 hours to the program, 4 hours at practice, 2 hours meeting preparation, and then Zoom meetings and things of that nature. So it goes to just our testimony, and believing is seeing. Seeing is believing. And these young men see us put that time, that dedication, that effort into what we're trying to instill into them and to what we want them to become. So once they gain that trust in us, they're willing to go that extra mile. Like Coach Powell just said, some kids we're very honest with our young men. Some kids you're just going to be a great high school football player. If you do this, you can be a good college player. If you do this, you'll be able to go on to the next level. We don't sell them short. We give them the roadmap. And at the end of the day, it's up to them whether or not they want to follow that action plan or whether they want to waver from it. We do our best as young Black men, try to instill in our younger Black men to, follow the path. And if you step off the beaten path, there's going to be consequences that you may have to suffer. We're trying to mitigate those consequences for you now so that when you run into them or if you get posed with a situation, you can make the right decision for yourself, for your family, for your team. Everybody is a role player on our team. Everybody has a role to play. From the 70 kids or the 65 kids that we dress, everybody has a major role to play. So at the end of the day, once they trust and once they believe, they're willing to do any and everything for us. To be quite honest, me, I'm the position coach. I'm a wide receivers coach. I'm not in the building with them. So some kids may do some things for me where I got to lean on Powell or G and like, hey, this you got to holler at this kid, man. Maybe this kid may not be trusting me right now, but I need you to lean on this kid because I need you to tell them the same thing. And usually we all see the same thing in these young men, and we're able to get those messages through to them. So it's like a family, mother, father, brother, sister, uncle, cousin. We all try to get together and make these kids understand where they should be going and what trajectory they should be taking in life.
Yeah, y'all was really good at that. Like towards the end, especially my end of my senior year, I know y'all gonna laugh when y'all hear when I say this, but like y'all saying like the moment, appreciate the moment.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When y'all used to like, I'm like, this could be your last game, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to college. Like I'm not hearing none of that. It ended up really being my last game. And like looking back at it, I was like, damn, I should have cherished it a little bit more. Like y'all just telling us there's more things to all y'all not gonna be able to play college football or even go to the league at that. You know what I'm saying? So it's other things y'all have to pursue. And for a long time, it took me a while to figure out what I want to do. Like, the stuff that y'all used to say in practice, like I hear it when I go through my darkest moments. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear it like vividly. I would never get. I don't know what made y'all think of doing suicides on the field. I don't get it. I don't understand what made y'all do that. But I never get. I was ready to walk off, and I was literally ready to walk off, and Coach Powell was like, "Scoop, you gonna be able to look yourself in the mirror and say you quit?" And I was like, "Can I do that?" I don't know if I could be able to. Come on, let's go. 5, 4, 3. Oh man! I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? But like, nah, that really like helped me become, the man I am today, and helped me not quit because what we went through with y'all and y'all keeping on us and not allowing us to quit. Because some coaches can be like, oh, if you want to quit, go ahead, quit. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all get my paycheck.
Yeah, y'all didn't allow us to quit. Y'all didn't allow us to quit, and that's why I appreciate y'all the most. It was a lot of kids that came from broken homes. A lot of kids from like myself that came from losing a parent. Y'all really hold us down and not made it y'all didn't take the love away from it. We still had fun and we were still able to love the game, even though we was going through hell sometimes. But y'all made sure that we here to have we have a mission, and the mission is to to win, but also become great men. And I appreciate y'all from doing that because it really helped me for my darkest moments where I didn't know what I was going to do, what I was going to do in life, suicidal and all that. Y'all was some of the voices that helped me get out of that, and I want to appreciate to say y'all thank y'all for real. For real, it come from a place from like because when we was getting y'all, I was so giddy because it's like I said, I had my mom say y'all was one of the branches that like why I'm here today. I'm here today because y'all did that. Y'all put the extra effort. Not only y'all, Coach Tim, Coach Kevin, you know what I'm saying? All of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Coach Chuck, you know what I'm saying? Y'all all put y'all all into
Coach
it. And
Tony.
I appreciate you, Coach Tony, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Coach Ty. Rest in peace, Coach Unk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all did that. So I just, appreciate y'all. Y'all y'all did good, man. So
You know,
go
I
in.
always like to we talk about this all the time. You know, I feel like we were the guinea pigs for your coaching career because we had so much untapped potential that we just could not
Get on.
quite tap into all the way. And then after we left, like y'all
That's-
stated earlier, then the program took off because all the lessons that was learned when we were there, they weren't repeated after we were gone. And
That boy Antoine. That boy Antoine. That's my dog.
Shout out to Antoine as well, man.
Yeah, it's all about growth, and yeah, you guys were the guinea pigs. If you, that's what we want to call it. But there was a lot of situations, and Scoop referenced it earlier. Why did you take this person out? It's about growth as coaches. We had a team at our young coaching career that we probably think we missed out on 2 state championships with a team, maybe 2 state championships during that our young coaching career, and we realized that we had to get better. So we started to branch out. Our head coach Powell tasked us to branch out, and each year he built this capacity to build our capacity to get better at that program. And we tell our kids, and I tell my position group, go out there and make mistakes, but go out there and make new mistakes and make growth. That's growth. If you never make a mistake, you're never getting better.
Right.
If you're scared to make a mistake, you're not going to get better. But learn from that mistake. It's called growth. So,
man, every year, first of all, we never had a losing season started. That's beautiful. And so, yes, every time our main goal is our ultimate goal is the state championship. That's not the end all of success, right? So every year that we don't make it to or win the state championship, it hurts. Still have success in that year. We give kids opportunities, scholarships, they graduate. So it's a lot of other stuff that factors into it. But Coach G said it well. Every year, where do we go wrong? We break everything down, and we try to enhance everything we do. We try to make better, make our system and structures better. We want to be on the top. We want to do everything great, not just good. We just don't want to be mediocre. So that was, first couple of years at Duval, man. First of all, Duval was one of the best schools I've been to be able to coach at because it's just a different mindset of kids there. Um, um, and not taking that away from anybody, but I'm just saying as a overall, you get a group of kids that you think about it, 65, 70% of low income kids
run through the wall.
that believes in you run through the wall. And then my guys at Charles Flowers, man, those guys are hungry. They're resilient and they hungry. So it's just it's a different group. But oh man, they all know each other. And we still have a lot of those guys at Flowers as well that we had at Duval. It's just a different set of group. But they all take our coaching a different way, and we have to break our coaching styles down for them so they make them better. So yeah, so we enhance everything we do, man, from year to year. We just get better, and I challenge everybody. That's my thing because I want to get better as a coach. I'm sure he wants to get better. I'm sure he wants to get better. I'm sure everybody wants to get better, and all our players wants to. They want us to get to the top and win the championship. So that's the main thing.
And it hurts not losing, but throughout my coaching career, like you guys said, I throughout the season, we still have that individual success. Right. The family atmosphere. The season over with, you missing that. You know what I'm saying? The bonds it created. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And if you don't make it, maybe my man's made it to the league or top D1. Now we all made it. You know what I'm saying? You referenced Antoine Brooks. How many people he took to the league with help, and now in the XFL. That shows that support. His teammates, that shows that love. How many people he took over to the University of Maryland, he showed love to, got him in the games, looked out for him, man. So shout out to Antoine Brooks, his whole family, mom, dad, they continue to show support for our program. Absolutely. We moved over to Flowers. And I remember my Twitter was in a roar when we moved over to Flowers, man. Because I made a comment.
You lucky I ain't had no Twitter.
I made a comment.
No damn Twitter.
But look,
I ain't had no damn Twitter.
I didn't want to
get the fuck out of here.
Listen, I didn't want to leave Duval. But we talk about growth. Powell put us in a situation at Duval. I was just a long-term sub. I had a college education, but the power that be during that time, during that tenure, I could not get into that building, but just as a sub. And it had some capacity building to work on me, finding that coach in professional life. It was too much coach in that building. And I understand that. That was my capacity building. But when I went over to Flowers, I went from being a long-term substitute within 2 years, long-term substitute, to secretary, paid, getting benefits. And the last 8 to 10 years now, I've been a professional school counselor that afforded me other opportunities to work on the family during the summer and feed my family. So it's just all about growth. Did not want to leave. It took a lot for us to leave. Pal, we had a situation where we can provide growth, not just for our staff or kids, and just for us provide growth, man. But our love is always going to be at Duval.
How do you how do you help them understand this is your profession? You want to do better for yourself professionally. But then again, at the same time, you're leaving behind young men that you trying to groom. You can't take with. And that's a very good question, and it's very tough, especially if you are. It's different. High school to college is a little different. In college, you're recruiting kids, scholarship, and money, and that sort of thing. But it's a little. It's always business, but it's a little bit more of a business. College, because could be more money, could be a pay raise, could be. And at the end of the day, you're always trying to help your family and do the best for your family and your career. So for those guys in college, I understand. If you could be at HBCU and then you get a Power 5. I mean, you talk about maybe $150,000, $200,000 raise. So you got to do what's best for your family. In high school, look at us, man. We left Duval. That wasn't an easy thing to do. That wasn't an easy thing to do. You talking about bringing a program from the bottom. You talking about bringing a program from the bottom, and then now they're one of the powerhouses in the state of Maryland. Yeah. And and all the relationships and everything you built in the community and have behind you, just we leave. It wasn't an easy thing to do, but like Coach G said, we're about uplifting others, bringing others in. You have an administration that supports what you do and wants to see
Man,
others.
shout out to Dr. Brown,
Shout out to
man.
Dr.
Brown, he holds it down for us.
Holds it
For
down.
all athletics, not just football. Same passion in football for all athletics. Great.
All athletics, for all
Great.
staff. You can see the vision clear. Like, it's a difference. And so that makes especially where we are in educated, difference. And so if this young man coming to be a sub and now he's a counselor, we have some guys that was coaches. Now they on board, either security. I got another counselor. You know, those are the type of things we try to do. You know, it's not always about football. You know, it's about. Yes, that's a good question, man. It's very hard. Looking at those kids in their eyes when I had to leave and we had to leave, wasn't an easy thing. Yeah. But as we left, the Flowers community brought us in open arms, and we brought that program from the bottom to the powerhouse. We're talking about we have 10 Division I players on one team. You know, come on, man. I mean, and we're in public school, and not too many teams that can do that. You know, we feel like wherever we go, as our staff, we're gonna be successful because we understand what it takes to be successful, to build a program from the bottom up. Next week at Maryland, I'm doing a coaches clinic, talking about building a program from the bottom up, going above and beyond, doing the little things, doing what this is why these young brothers are coming up. You can't fool these young cats. You can't.
It's woke culture. They have awareness to everything.
They smell bullshit.
Yeah.
And once they smell that bullshit, you can't get them back. Mm-hmm. You got to be 100 with them at all time. You know, and so but you also got to hold their ass accountable at the same time. So shout out to my Flowers players, man, because they understand and they get it. And you know, this transfer portal, I don't know if y'all gonna touch that, but this transfer portal, where it started, where it is now, it's now in the high school, little league, it's everywhere. Motherfuckers transfer, and so you got to build kids.
I just think, like Pal said, transparency and being completely honest in that transition from leaving one program on all levels. Leaving one program to another, transparency and being honest. Like Pal said, players will sniff that out.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, Scoop, you want me to feed my family a little bit better than what I was doing on a permanent sub, a salary or contract, so to speak. So just like I would like to see you play at a high level or continue your level of playing football and success in life, you know what I'm saying? That's part of relationships that, again, we try to, even though over here, but as you can see, our bond lasts for life. Anybody that we to coach and touch, our bond lasts for life, man. So shout out to all those players that coach under us, that we coach under us, man, and all the coaches, man, out there. And you love and support that we get from you guys. We appreciate that.
That's a fact. No matter how many years you played, you play football with us, you will forever be my football brother. Forever, no matter how long I ain't seen you, you know what I'm saying? If you just played a couple years at JV, you know what I'm saying? You still gonna be my football brother no matter what, because we was in the trenches together. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your family is the ones that's in the war with you. You know what I'm saying? We went to war every practice, every game. We went to war together, and we had each other back. So whoever, it don't matter from Randall to Jesse to Craig to Toast. You know what I'm saying?
You went back.
It don't matter, man. Like when I see them, it put a smile on my face. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's forever be a bond, in the brotherhood.
I just want to just for the record, I want to take credit for your name, man. I'm the one that named you Scoop.
That's not true.
No, it is true.
That's not true.
Scoop, you know where that name comes from, Scoop?
That's not true.
Yes, it is. You was always in the know with everything. I said, that's your name, Scoop.
That's not true.
I got it from this old movie, The Toy, with Richard Pryor. And he gave him a camera because he was always in people's stuff, Scoop. And you started taking pictures and stuff like that. Then I started. Scoop knows everything. You would say, "Hey, you know, such and such is in the back of the locker room." Yeah, I'm 6'9" of you right now, Takashi. Right now, I'm snitching. Yeah. So I'm taking credit for that. Maybe it might have been a little bit something different, but my perception is that.
Nah, you didn't do that. Nah, you didn't. That wasn't you. That wasn't you. I was school before you came.
Okay,
what's the name? It was my freshman year. That was when we were still there, and I had came in the summer workouts when I was still in middle school. Matter of fact, and I had a little twist in my hair. Y'all remember chemo?
Yeah.
You know, you get the joning and all that, and you know what I'm saying, he called me Fat Man Scoop. Timberland, whatever I say, y'all gotta do it. And it stuck. It just you was like, you always got the scoop on everything, so it makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because for some reason, everybody want to do everything in front of me and tell me everything. And I'm like, damn, why I know everything? I mean,
you knew everything.
Why I know everything? And I get everything. I got a funny story though with other coach. G. What's his name? He was very overprotective of his wide receivers. He was very overprotective with his wide receivers. Very overprotective wide receivers.
I had to be, Scoop.
Vic, one day, he caught me on a wrong day. I was having a bad day. Chris Sharper. You remember Chris Sharper?
My guy,
that's my man. Shout out to Chris. He's doing real good for himself. You know what I'm saying? He's doing real good, man. I had left and went to go to the bathroom or something, and I came back. My stuff was on. He took my stuff and threw it on the ground and took the seat. I'm like, bro, I was sitting there. You threw my stuff on the ground. He was like, I don't give a fuck. Da, da, da. Wrong day to say that. Wrong day to say that. Normally, others don't pop off on people. But that day, hush! In his shit. And they were like, oh, what's going on? Da, da, da. Boy, what's the thing? Coach Tony came in the room and then trying to go on. Chris ass snuck my ass while they was talking. Huss. I was like, oh, I was like, motherfucker. I was like, motherfucker. And Tony was like, what's going on? So he left. I was like, bro, when y'all close that door, I'm beating the shit out of him. Real talk. They never closed the door, and it was like, it was Renato, Patches, and what's his name? My other guard. Start with a D. Damn. I remember
not Darren.
No, it's not Darren. It was our senior year. It was our two guards. We had two small guards. It was
Bernard.
They circled around me, so because I was gonna beat the shit out of real talk. So I guess people started talking. They came around. Coach G come to me was like, "School, let me ask you a question. Did you just hit one of my? Did you just steal one of my wide receivers, Chris? Out of all the wide receivers, not Ohio, Chris." I was like, damn. Because everybody knew Ohio was an asshole. Right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to you, brother. Right. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're doing good and all that, but you was a dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know that. You
figured it out, though, Scoop. I'm like, my main man. I mean, Chris ain't bothered nobody.
He don't eat. But he said he was okay with Ohio.
How that
he was like, not Ohio. Make that make sense.
Bro, you couldn't do my guy like that.
He called me at the wrong day, coach. I socked him in his shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't hit him hard, but like I socked him in his shit. I definitely did. He was like, the next time you got a problem, come see me. How about you come see me? I was like, damn, coach, I don't want no smoke. He caught me on the wrong day.
And that just goes back to the comment we made earlier. I mean, this is a true family, and when you get into situations in the locker room, any other program might want to be done with you or something like that, but we're a family. Family members fight. Fortunately, no one really got hurt. Fortunately, as family members, when you do fight, you don't go in for the kill. You don't go in to make them feel bad. You just go in to get something off your chest. But once we figure out what it is that's bothering you, we can move forward. Things get handled in the locker room. We're old school. All three of us were fortunate enough to play college football at HBCU. Shout out to Morgan State and Virginia State.
TU.
We understand that sometimes in the locker room, things get a little heated. We just want to get to the bottom of it. We want y'all to shake hands. We want y'all to hug, love each other up, because at the end of the day, we all shooting for the same goal, man. And I can remember that vividly. And when I found out it was my guy Sharper, man, I was a little bit more upset because, You know, Sharper was like a son to me, man. And, you know, kids, this was one of those kids who just listened and honed in on his skill. I was trying to figure out what happened. And now I finally get the truth. After 20 plus years, I finally get the truth of what really happened. He just had a bad day.
He had a bad day.
I had a bad day. He said, fuck me. He said, fuck me. I said, all right. I said, all right. Nah, man. Like that was some good times. One of my questions is today and age, you can barely do anything. You know what I'm saying, as far as disciplining or anything that like struggle the line or, you know, being political correct and all that. What is the key differences on like how y'all used to coach back then,
Coach us.
and how y'all coach now? Because I know damn well y'all not still saying hard dick and bubblegum.
All right.
Hey, for real, for real.
When you look at our posts, what do you see? H what? Hashtag what? That's what that stands for.
Hold on. It stands for hard work, determination by being great. Hard work, determination by being great. Don't get it twisted. But HDBG.
My senior year, that first game at Oxon Hill, and I would never get Coach Powell that pregame speech. I mean, you are spitting. It is. We gonna go balls deep, hard digging bubblegum. What? This shit gonna be different. We all scream hard digging bubblegum. I mean, we was hyped. I'm like, man, y'all used to get. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was vulgar as hell, but that shit got us so hyped. So hyped. Y'all didn't understand it got us so hyped. We used to get in trouble in school with that shit. No, you know what I'm saying? None of us snitched though. But like, we got in trouble for that shit. Real talk. We definitely did. Nah, man. Like, y'all knew how to hype us up for real. Y'all knew how to hype us up, and y'all knew how to discipline us too. I would never get. I'm gonna bring this up. I never get the first and only time I went to practice high. It was doing conditioning. I never get going into the study hall. Coach Powell touched me on my shoulder. I was like, I'm like, all right. Bruh. He ran the living shit out of us that practice. I mean, running, hurdles, we doing bleachers. I was like, he doing this just because I'm high as hell. I know he is. Never again. I swear I never never again, coach. I'm never doing it again. I mean, you had to, because like when you discipline, everybody had to get disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no me and team. It kind of is. But what's the name? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no I in team. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like if one person did wrong, we a team, we a family, brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take accountability of your action. You know what I'm saying? So y'all was real good at that, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, show love and have fun with it. This past year, y'all made it to the chip, man. Y'all made it to the chip game. That was one of my biggest dreams, you know what I'm saying, to go to the chip, because my dad passed away in Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, and the championship at M&T Bank Stadium. So I always wanted to do that, you know what I'm saying, just the first circle moment. So I lived vicariously through y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all championship run. I just want y'all to go over how special this season really was, and what did y'all learn from it, so when y'all have the next opportunity, y'all bring that ring home.
That was actually a blessing for me too, Scoop, to be 100% honest with you. When we left Duval, I had my little son with me every time, everywhere I went. My son got heavy into football, so I had to take a few years off to actually go and, help him through, give back to my own family.
Yeah, it makes sense.
As I've been giving back to, everybody else's kid. And when these guys brought me back in 2 years ago, I could see how special things were going. And on this journey to the championship this year has taught me a lot. It was a struggle for me. I'm speaking personally. That great coaching staff that they had over there already. I had to kind of, gel and mold in with them. I was fortunate enough to have a couple familiar faces, from Duval that was still there. But the new coaches that I was working with, I had to learn and deal with them and learn the Flowers way. I was still on the Duval way. And I got checked, believe it or not, by these two guys a few times. Late night phone calls like, yo, chill, you can't do this, chill, you can't do that. So it was a very humbling experience for me. And I was able to reap the rewards of the benefits off of their hard work. Granted, I'm there every day. I'm there conditioning these guys and getting them ready to play. But these gentlemen are in the building with these guys every day. So they're spending 16 hours or so with these young men. And I was just, me speaking personally, I was just fortunate enough to enjoy the ride with the little bit of hard work that I put in. But these two guys, they paved the way heavily for that to happen, along with those other coaches that were there. Again, I stated earlier that we all were role players. I was just happy enough to be a role player in this long, long journey that we made it over there to Annapolis Stadium this year.
Yeah, it's a special season. I don't take for granted, man. You guys paved the way. Guys, after you paved the way, my guys at Flowers got there 2016, 2017, paved the way. We fell short a couple years this year. Definitely a special year. Had some great players, coaching staff. Y'all bounded. Y'all made the right decisions. Just putting it all together. The Flowers and Duval matchup, what happened in the last three, those are life lessons that we never do it again. And then so everything just started to fall in place. And this was the year for us. Didn't finish the way we wanted to finish, but definitely a successful year, another step in the right direction. Those guys, man, they work hard. I give it to them. They're very talented. As far as building the program, guys just wants to be a part of something special. We definitely have a special thing going on. All the success we did, we always pay respect to everybody that came before. You got those guys, Jerry Cromer, all met from our program. Just a freaking dog. He's a fucking dog. Anybody that just goes and just makes everybody better around them, that's the type of dude. And this some name drop. We had Desmond. Desmond is at South Carolina. Start at early grad. That guy just
slated to get time this year.
Slated to get time. Got Santana. He's at ODU. We got so many guys, man, that just paved the way.
Tommy at University of Maryland. Shout out to the home team. Shout out to the home team.
Tommy looking like a dog. I'm telling you, man. And there's so many guys that came through our program that's doing. If you could come through our program, you're gonna be hands down ready to play on the next level and ready to make it, man. And so this season, special. Special season, and hopefully next year is going to be even better. And then, like I said, we're going to enhance. We're going to even get better as coaches. Like I challenge our coaches to, dig in, dig deeper. Where do we go wrong? How can we get better? Don't give me that no same old shit, mediocrity shit. Let's get better. Let's take it to a whole new level. And every year you're seeing a whole different level. You're just seeing. That's why guys love coming to us. That's why guys love playing for us. That's why guys, we're not just sitting here collecting a check, or you just play for me, and then once the season over, for the hell with you. It ain't like that. And that's the difference, you know. That's the difference. And every season is freaking magical to me. Every season is magical, and I just want to give respect to everybody that came, you know, because they paid the way for the guys that did it this year. Those guys that just left are doing it for the next one.
Yeah.
So how we get over that chip? How do we get to that chip? How do we get to that next level? The same thing we do with our players. We want to continue to put our coaches in uncomfortable situations, not get content and happy where they are. We have a brilliant staff. I'm part of the defensive staff. We have a brilliant young coach by the name of Coach Mello. We got a D-line coach by the name of Coach Graham, who also coached at Duval, now doing your tenure. We had a DB coach, Coach Wembley. His son is playing over there as a corner and athletic scholarship from our program at Lehigh. All right. He has drills. Coach Wemble has drills for your butt every single day. So challenging us as a staff internally, and I'm not exempt from that, and making it uncomfortable about the X and O's and making sure we're prepared to put our kids in the best position to win. That's how we continue to win. You know, sometimes just as kids, we're human beings, we get content like kids, right? We were like, we made it now. We made it, right? We made it to that next level. Now that's finished, and let's continue how to repeat this to be the top dogs in this county.
All work, determination by being great.
Hard dick and bubblegum, baby.
I remember, Scuba, I remember we went to the Flag Football Invitational at Roosevelt 2 years ago.
That was sucky to be at their field.
Yeah, I know. But
we got that nice turf. Did Duval get that turf yet?
We're gonna keep working on that too. Yeah. That's gonna happen one of these days.
Yeah.
But I remember we were talking, and I forgot who was there with us. But you know, our inspiration to get into coaching came from you all, because of you all's approach to us and how you all handled us. Because you know,
to Drew and Trevor.
Yes.
Yeah, Julian and Trevor.
Trevor.
Julian and Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor's doing well for himself too.
Both of them. They both
Both of them.
educators. They both educators.
Both of them. And
I wish I'd have went to Virginia Union, but that's a whole
you know, and we were all talking about like, man, like one day, like we should like all come together and like do this thing, like get into coaching. And we were all talking about, you know, everything we went through with you all, and how, you know, you didn't do it for the money. You know, it was for the love of us. And we were talking, like that's what it was all about. Like if we do this one day, it's gonna be for the kids. It's not gonna be for, you know, for the money, because when we were coming up, y'all didn't do it for the money. Y'all really did it for the love of us, even though we got beat at practice, but there was lessons behind that. That's the reasons as to why that was occurring. And so it just you know, made us all realize, man, like this, it just kind of had like a coming together moment. Like it's always been bigger than us, right? And even when we was playing, yeah, we was individualized to a sense of, okay, well, I'm trying to get here, I'm trying to get there, but it was still all about the team at the end of the day. And so, you know, once again, like Scoop said earlier, because we can wrap up in a few minutes, but you know, thank you all for everything you all have done, not only for us, but for the men that came along after us, you know, to this day, because you know, we need these father figures. We need it in our community. And, you know, a lot of these kids, they don't have it. You know, and as Scoop stated, you know, he lost his father, you know, his freshman year. You know, so, you know, trust and believe, even though you all have flowers, you know, we love you all. You know, we support y'all, and you know, trust and believe. You know, your hard work does not go unnoticed by us at all.
We don't discriminate where we at. If you look on our sidelines in all the major games, you have flowers and mainly Duval alumni just coming back to our game, watching us, and sitting in an alumni section together with flowers alumni and supporting the program. So once you're a part of us, you're always a part of us. Just goes back to saying that.
The growth that the 4 years I was at Duval, you see it then.
Right.
Where we was at freshman year, it just felt like we were just playing just to play. Right. And to my senior year where it was our first legitimate winning season without no forfeits and none of that. And we was literally 30 seconds away from going to the playoffs.
Even with that forfeit, we almost
Yeah.
won in there. One
Mhm.
small catch away or
Yeah.
a kick away.
Yeah, so like, yeah, so like the growth, I see it and I love it. You know what I'm saying? Just because y'all with Flowers, that doesn't mean like I still root for y'all and all that. As you know, those three schools I can't stand. Flowers, Roosevelt, and Wise, I can't stand.
Well, and Susan.
We never really played Susan. We played Susan one time in the playoffs when we had forfeits out the wazoo.
Yeah.
So I didn't out of time. I mean, we didn't really play them. That was the three. It was 4 teams. We used to lose to Oxon Hill for some damn reason. I didn't understand for some damn reason, either the refs or just some fluky shit. You know what I'm saying? And then those other 3 teams, because I knew it. I was like, for that first game, I was like, if we beat Oxon Hill and we lose that 3, we still in the dance. After we lost Oxon Hill, that's why that Flowers game was like, we have to win this joke right here. It was probably our best game we ever played, but still end up losing. You know what I'm saying? But that just had a cookie crumble. But just to see where y'all came from, and man, like it's wonderful to see. It really is wonderful to see, and like just to go back at it again, like. I could have been a lost cause. I could have been dead because I was in the street a little bit. But like just the camaraderie we had just got me out of it because I can lose it all. Not running around the chicks and shit. Mama's like, get somebody pregnant, you got to quit football. You know what I'm saying? And the love that I had. If I didn't have a good time with y'all, if I didn't love y'all, I didn't have the love, I wouldn't care that much to not do something to lose that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just the environment got created, man. I just want to thank you again because I was going through a lot. It really was. It really was. My dad was my dog. That was my dog, and I went through a lot, especially the first 2 years. Those first 2 years at Duval was really hard. It was really hard trying to, figure out life and all that. You know what I'm saying? Just y'all to keep me on that field, man. It helped me a lot. It really helped me a lot, even though I hated wrestling. God, I hated wrestling. You hated that I went swimming. When I want to go swim, you hated it. I was like, no, I'm not wrestling. I'm going to swim. I'm going to swim. But I was in the best shape I was, so you know what I'm saying, it was better for me. But like, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad. I had really no idea, Scoop, that was going on. We're currently with one of our players has lost a family member, and as a coaching staff, look around at this time too as well. Parent support club too as well. So I'm just glad you said that and talked about your testimony. Whoever's out there that's going through a loss, you have your football brothers, you have your football family, you have your real family that's still there for support, man. So, we appreciate you sharing that. I really do appreciate you sharing that.
We're gonna try to get some type of cookout or something.
Yeah.
Have alumni cookout.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love
Everybody
that.
bring something.
I love that. I love that.
Coordinate that.
That's what we're gonna do.
That sounds like an idea. Probably having a live show there. Oh, that sound nice.
Yeah, we can do that.
And have different people on sharing
We
it.
can do that.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, get on the road, man.
Yeah, we gonna do
Get
it.
on the road.
Yeah. That sound like a plan. That sound like a plan. Yeah, that sound like a plan. Oh, you still have your hand in wrestling?
Yeah, so I coach Little League wrestling for Arden.
Oh,
So I do that,
For the
and
non-women.
I still stick my pause. I still stick my head in the high school. Guys at times just to make sure they're all right, because a lot of football players are wrestling.
yeah.
One thing about us, man, we make sure that all our guys are running track or wrestling, just to keep them, just like you did. on they doing double sport.
That was before I got strong. I was getting rag dog. I'm telling you. Remember Okafor was like, look, you got pinned in this amount of time. I'm like, what you want me to do this nigga? You, man. I'm like, I hate this dog. Oh my God, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I went to I went to swim. You know what I'm saying? But it was better for me. I ended up placing in counties and all that. So that was better for me. But like wrestling taught me how to not quit either, because that's just nonstop, nonstop motion and action. You gotta have some heart to wrestle. Do you hear what I'm saying? You gotta have some heart and to get yourself back up and keep on going, because that's a tough sport. Let's see, Miji was better wrestling.
Big Miji.
Miji was that dog. Him.
Who we say grab?
Miji was a freak, man.
Him, Bilal.
Yeah.
Him, Bilal. I just seen Jew and Mike Jones not too long ago at the Buffalo Wild. We watched the fight together. You know what I'm saying? So like I took lessons from wrestling, but that shit sucked. That singlet, that shit sucked. Okay. Is it? Yeah. Anything else, brother?
I'm just gonna say it just doesn't matter how far away we are. You know, I was on the other side of the world, you know, when I was in the military, or when I was in Cali, or when I was in Hawaii, and I come back home and it's just like, you know, pick up like we never left, you know, and, you know, even though, you know, you guys are our flowers, I'm always gonna support you guys. Always. I'm always gonna make it a point to at least come to some of y'all games. I couldn't make it to the state championship game, but you know, I'm always thinking of you guys, always. You know, because we gonna have Paris come on the show during the summer coming up. So
he's coaching now.
Yeah, he's coaching. Yeah,
PB's
well.
Yeah,
PB's doing well.
I kind of joked about it when we shot it.
And that's frat too, shout out. He's
I was just about to say that. I was like,
frat, dog.
When we shouted him out, I was like, he turned the pow. That's how he turned the pow. That's how he turned the pow. If I would have stayed,
he sat down and came back maybe a year ago or during last summer and chopped it up on the floor with me. That's a smart, young, black coach, man. Love him to death.
Yeah, that's my guy.
You want to see him on the big stage sooner than later, man.
That's a fact.
I don't know if you know this, but, you know, me and Paris grew up together.
Yeah.
Like, because he, you know, his family's from Glenarm. We grew up playing football together.
Yeah.
His father was coaching, his brother was coaching. Yeah, that's my guy, man. Shout out to PB, man. We'll see you during the summer.
Yeah. Nah, but if I would have stayed at Tuskegee, I would have definitely been. Yeah, I would have definitely been that. They love me down there. We had a little dorm step show. I mean, I bust out the split in that joint and all that. Man. Dog, you gonna roll with it? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I heard some stories. I got my men from back here, they played, so I heard some stories. But man, nah, they was just those Tuskegee Qs. They was like that. I fuck with them. They like you. They looked like Neanderthals, but they was one of the most smartest people on the campus. That's why I fuck with them so heavy. So if I would have stayed, I would have definitely been part of that brotherhood for real.
Never too late.
Hey, appreciate y'all again.
Man, we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. Very appreciative and humble for having us on, man. Thank you.
Always appreciate y'all, what y'all doing for the community once again. And, you know, we'll have y'all on again. Trust and believe that.
After we win that state championship.
Yes, sir. We will speak that into existence. Yes, sir.
Any closing remarks?
And sports is a wonderful thing, man. Sports is just a wonderful thing. It impacts the world in so many different places and so different than coaches. You know what I'm saying? It's a stress reliever. It's a pastime. It's a passion. You know what I'm saying? And people, coaches like this, you know what I'm saying, push the sport and push sports even further. So I thank God for these gentlemen and gentlemen like them. And you always know, like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, all that there. Plenty of podcasts is made, but nobody laid down like Spade of Spades.
Get y'all tickets for our show, too.
Get tickets for the show.
April 22nd.
April 22nd.
5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bus
5
Boys
p.m.
and
to 7
Poets in
p.m.
Hyattsville, Maryland.
That's
And on that note, we are out. Thank y'all for tuning into the program. We are Spade of Spades Podcast. Thank you for the coaches for coming by. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Y'all be safe. Have an enjoyable weekend. We are out. Peace.
See y'all at the show.